I'm going live. Oh my gosh, he looks like a child next to them. Oh, I'm gonna stream tomorrow too. Is that Cloud9? Okay. Let's see if we can get anyone tonight. Oh. No, it's right here.
Yours or mine?
Both. Do you want it?
Yeah. I'll put that in the fridge.
Super thirsty. Ugh. Oh my gosh. What am I gonna play today? No, I have to get some tomorrow. How many we got in there? None? You don't have any waters in there? Oh my gosh. You make me go to the store tonight? Ugh. Freerdon. No, not another Emilio. Emilio's so lame. I hate Emilio. He does nothing. Does nothing. He's not even a strong poke. What am I doing? What am I doing? Top and jungle. I have no AP. I'm gonna go Gwen. Let's go Gwen top, guys, because that works so well. Oh. I have no luck with her. None. Oh. No, not Wukong. Who's in top? Kennen? Teemo? Ugh. Seven Swain, 7 Teemo, 7 Draven, 7 Yasuo, of course. Oh, 213, 200. I'm only 4. Oh, gotta be Cannon, right? No, it's gotta be Teemo. Oh, I don't know. Could be anyone. Okay, Garen. Where do I want to go?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
It's always so tough. At least it's not a bruiser.
I only won. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Gonna be playing till 9 since I'm late. Or longer, I don't know, we'll see.
spawned.
Who did I play last time against a team up here? Like, I couldn't do anything. Oh, dang it.
Isolde, wherever you are, I know you'll be alright. With pleasure. I run with scissors.
You have been slain.
Figures.
I can't give up. Not
An
now.
ally has been slain.
Oh. What? Why are you level 1, Diamond?
My back feels so good. I can't lose this. I won't. Don't waste a minute.
Yeah. Where are you, Wukong? Definitely not bot side. And Garen has decided to go bot side for just a skull. Okay.
Cut fast, cut strong. I'll break as many needles as it takes to get this right.
Like W, can you work? W? You're supposed to make me untargetable. Untargetable to all enemies except towers. It didn't seem untargetable. It seemed like he was doing really well at hitting me. Especially with blind. Like, are you just like deciding I'm untargetable for some reason? Who the frick is Sash?
Seeing my dress twirl reminds me to smile.
Yeah, I'm 2 levels behind now because my W doesn't want to work sometimes. It just, you know, decides not to work. Like, I don't know. Just W just have a thing for not working.
I'll make sure my allies feel the joy they
He
deserve.
just doesn't care. Dude, Garen, like, that didn't hit. Lame.
You don't frighten me. Safe and sound.
Like, I'm supposed to be untargetable. It literally says untargetable. And he still blinded me. Why does this W not work?
I can do this.
Why does it not work?
And for everyone.
Why does W just not work? Is that why she fails half the time? Is this why she's a failure? Why no one plays her? Because her W doesn't do what it says it does? That's why she freaking fails? Because W doesn't do what it says?
On the cliffs. I've always
An ally has been
Gwen summons a Holomus, making her untargetable.
shut down.
How foolish.
Like, I still got blinded. Even though I was untargetable. Like, what is this? Untargetable to all enemies outside the zone. So when he stands inside the zone, I'm targetable. Because that makes so much freaking sense. Okay. Retarded. I should be untargetable regardless. It's freaking dumb.
These turrets look strong. It'll be quite fun cutting them down.
How's bot lane doing? Losing? I wonder why. Not good as Emilio, is it?
They're trying to stop me. Well, they can keep on trying.
What is this Garen gonna do something?
An enemy has been slain.
What a delight!
An ally has been slain.
Can fight!
You have been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Oh my gosh, Garen did something. I got 2 kills. I didn't know if he was even doing anything.
This place certainly brings out the fight in everyone. Wouldn't be fair if I didn't present my best.
Man, this team of guys is such a free lane. So easy.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I must hurry if I am to win.
Here they come, Yasuo. Run!
No time like the present.
Oh my gosh. Timos is low.
An
I
ally
didn't
has
think he
been
would have gone that
slain.
way.
What happens next, I get to decide.
Oh, come on!
An ally has been slain.
What is Garen even doing?
An ally
Garen's
has been
dead! Why?
It's called the hallowed mist, but how it feels matters more. Warm,
Come on.
safe, like nothing can hurt me.
He's like, ugh, attack speed. 0-5, woohoo! I'm glad someone's doing just as bad as me.
I sense their resolve. No matter, mine will be stronger.
Woohoo, Draven got him.
An enemy has been slain.
At least he's not beating like the rest of us. Oh, please no! No! I forgot about the shrooms. I went wide.
Enemy rampage.
Let's see who wants to surrender. Yasuo? Yasuo wants to surrender. No, their bot lane doesn't want to surrender yet.
Was lost, but I'm still here. I'm still alive.
Your turret has been destroyed.
This Garen's been such a help. Well, he's got his jungle item almost done though.
With haste. Here's a sewing trick. To refresh. This will cheer me up. Most terrific.
Oh, I'm making Timo. Oh my gosh. No one's got a lens. Why does Amelia not have a lens?
An ally has been slain.
Still can't believe I
Why
could
are
with
we
my
still
hands and
fighting
feet.
this? Oh gosh. They're all dead because of Swain. AoE, you know. AoE. You want to surrender now, bot lane? You feel the pain?
Enemy rampage.
Do you feel the pain?
This is better than a dream. It's real. And I won't ever forget
Wukong.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Well, this is exciting. Everyone's 2 to 3 levels above me. Everyone's got their first item. And I don't. So I need to get a sash. I like that helps. We have Emilio.
Can't give up. Not now, not ever.
Oof.
I'm gone. I needn't hold back.
Dead. Look at that. Your ult did nothing. And you're doing nothing, Emilio. You're doing nothing.
Ally has been slain.
Look at that, Emilio. Good job. Your abilities did absolutely nothing. Oh, look. Gasso left. Because he's like, nope. After the first surrender, it's over. I'm already ready to surrender. And you guys didn't waste your time. Yeah.
Defeat.
That W needs to be fixed. Should be untargetable regardless. You can stand in Akali's mist. She can be untargetable the whole time. She's not attacking anyone. Ugh. That was a great start. I did 4K. I died 7 times and did 4K. I did more than Yasuo and Garen. How? How? Garen was not involved at all. Yet he got 2 freaking kills. Or 3. I don't know. He only did 3K damage to get those kills. Ugh. I don't understand Glenn's W. It should just be untargetable to everything, regardless of any positioning. I mean, obviously if she's outside of it, it's not gonna win, but she should just be untargetable while it's up. I mean, it doesn't even last that long. I mean, it doesn't make sense. She moves into a melee range anyway. So she's gonna be targetable to anyone she's gonna go to attack. I'm just gonna be dancing around being untargetable, doing nothing, maybe my ult. Because otherwise I'll go into a melee range to attack and I'll be targetable. Like, what? Ridiculous. I guess. Oh my gosh, a parody? No. What's going on, man? Mid. Top. Support. Mid jungle. Not support. So AD. I have an AD. Who do I feel like freaking playing? That's 7, come on. I'm gonna play some corgi. Play some corgi. Why do you have heals? Don't change back. No! Dang it! You're designated and you're freaking tired. I hate you. Why would you even have heals to begin with? You're dumb. Oh. That was weird. Weird little spike. What? I feel like a bee for like a minute or two. And then blip and gone. Okay. Okay. There you go. You wanna play? You wanna get items? Yeah, there you go. Oh. Jinx. Jinx what? Is that the thing for 200 million? Six on me, yeah. I'm nice. I need diamonds. Oh, come on, minions. Shut up and leave me alone. Leave me alone, you stupid aggro minions. No freaking sense. No. Timo got the double. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, yeet. Did you get everything to trade for Timo's death? Got those girls. Yeah, that's the only thing I think it is. Did he just not notice? The other, you just not notice? Stack the shroom. Go, you go. Okay, oh, nice stun. He's gonna get 2? 3! Oh, she stayed under instead of trying to get away. Amazing. Amazing. Special delivery. Oh gosh. They're all over there. Okay. She knew that Timo was gone. Oh, that arm is that. Oh, missed. Yep. Uh-oh. He's coming. He's coming. Ready to fly. Ooh. Oh, come on. Where's my team? I almost killed 2 of them. 2! I almost killed 2 people and I had no follow-up. I had 3 people on me. Where's my support? Why didn't she freaking... Why didn't anyone help me? Why were they all so oblivious to me versus 3 people and almost killing 2? What was that nonsense? Why wasn't Senna helping me when I went in? Freaking tards. People just hate me. They just freaking hate me. I almost killed 2 of them. 2! Yeah, run into that. Please. It's been a while since it's a good echo. I'm surprised I'm doing well against a million. Trying to stay alive. No. Seven heroin. We got 2 dragons. I think this is a win. Oh no, my pack are No! No! I wanted that kill. Who got that kill? And we got the dragon. Oh man, I feel a forfeit coming. I just have that strong feeling. Get away. Zoom. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh. Nice. Strong follow. Echo. Alright. Oh. I wonder if I'm gonna like someone after me. I got him. Forfeit is coming. I want it. Gold for those. Aha! No assist for you! Yes, you will. she does more damage than me. She does more damage than me. What kind of support is that? And she's got a non-main item. Man, why don't they go for her? She does more damage. Somehow. 50-50. It's because of her stacks, isn't it? Her stacks give her damage too. Yeah. Ugh. That's so neat on a support. Give them damage. Because that's what a support's supposed to do. They're supposed to do all the damage. So dumb. What else does she get? Range, crit strike, and lifesteal. She doesn't have any lifesteal. Oh my gosh, why? They create these high damaging supports, and then when they create a real support with high utility, they do absolutely nothing. So dumb. They cannot make a good support. I think the last good support they made, I don't want to say Bard, because they messed him up to begin with. And then they kind of broke him by making him do too much damage. I don't know. You couldn't balance him. I don't even know what the last good support was that they made.
Double kill.
That's funny.
An enemy has been slain. Triple kill.
Triple. And two of us weren't even here. There's a lot of daughters. Yeah, that's right.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Support anyway. You won't keep me alive somehow. That's good. There it is.
Victory!
Aw.
Well,
You know
folks,
what that means? It
Greetings.
means consolation or comfort. Are you familiar with the story of Noah?
Yes.
Do you believe it?
I mean, I like the story. I'm not too sure about, like, whether it literally happened or,
Do you pray?
not
Look
regularly.
at what
some,
an S for
sometimes.
me.
Do you think there are certain things you have to
So
do to have
dumb.
an audience with God? Or can you just click your fingers and he comes running?
There's people who,
Look, my support did more
think
damage
you
to me
have
because
to,
she has
go to
stacks.
church,
That
to do
give
that.
her damage. Oh my gosh.
like the Catholic
What a
Church?
support.
Right, yeah.
Are you
'Cause
Catholic?
that sounds like a
I
support.
was raised
Getting
Catholic.
damage
Like, I still
stacks.
call myself like a Catholic just because I was raised that way, but I'm not necessarily like having all the same beliefs that like my grandma would have who, raised me that way.
So do you think God is happy with you or angry at you?
I'd say happy.
I'm going to give you a little test. And it'll really help you understand the issues we're talking about. Because you said earlier, you'd like to know if there's everlasting life. Is that right? You'd like to have hope in your death?
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's where we're heading. So you think you're a good person morally?
I'd say yeah. I try to
When'd you last look at pornography?
be. I'd say like, I don't know, like 5 days ago, I want to say.
Appreciate your honesty, Noah. Jesus said if you look at a woman and lust for her, you commit adultery with her in your heart. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
If we're looking at the Ten Commandments, how many lies do you think you've told in your life?
I mean, I'm not sure about a number, but
Quite a few.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
You ever stolen something, even if it's small in your whole life, irrespective of its value?
Yeah.
Ever used God's name in vain? That's the third commandment.
Could you explain more what you mean by that?
Yeah, saying OMG or saying the name of Jesus or Jesus Christ or God when you hurt yourself or you're angry. It's substituting God's name for a cuss word instead of using the filth word beginning with S, human excrement. You take the holy name of God and use it in its place because you equate the two. No, that's called blasphemy. Very serious, punishable by death in the Old Testament. So here's a quick summation of how you're going to do on Judgment Day, and this will really help you to see the issues. I'm not judging you. You've just told me you're a lying, thieving, blasphemous adulterer at heart. And you have to face God on Judgment Day. If he judges you by the 10 Commandments, you're going to be innocent or guilty.
I mean, I guess I have to say guilty, right?
Yeah. Heaven or hell.
I'd want to say heaven, but no.
Yeah, the Bible says all liars will their part in the lake of fire. No thief, no blasphemer, no adulterer will inherit God's kingdom. So you're in big trouble. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Scripture says the wages of sin is death, and you've earned your wages. God's paying you in the death sentence for your sin. So, here's a big question. What did God do for guilty sinners so we wouldn't have to go to hell?
Well, I guess, you would say, like, Jesus, died on the cross.
What does that mean to you 2,000 years later?
Um,
I mean, how can that help you? 2,000 years after the event, how can Jesus dying on the cross help you in your dilemma of being under God's wrath?
Well, I guess what you take away from that is like the education and what he taught in his life, and I guess like how you could learn from that and try to be a better person.
The Bible says that even if our gospel is veiled, that is hidden, it is veiled to those who are perishing, whose minds the God of this age, that Satan, has blinded, who do not believe, at least the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine on them. Look at Noah's response when I asked what it means that Christ died for our sins. He doesn't say, oh, he took the punishment for our sins so we could go free. He has no idea why Christ died on the cross. Even though he has a crucifix around his neck, and he's probably in every Catholic church seen Jesus on the cross, he hasn't got a clue why Christ died. But watch what happens when he does understand. Have you ever heard the gospel?
BYO mac and cheese.
Heard it?
Heard it. The word gospel means good news. Let me share it with you and get your thoughts. The 10 Commandments are called the moral law.
Yeah, what's the BYO
You and I
mac
broke
and
the
cheese?
law. Jesus came and paid the fine. That's why he said, it is finished, just before he died. He was saying paid in full. If you're in court and you've got speeding fines, the judge will let you go if someone else pays them. And say you're guilty, but someone's paid your fine, you're out of here. He let you go on the basis that someone paid your fine. God can take the death sentence off you. He can legally let you live forever because Jesus paid the fine and full on that cross. And then he rose from the dead and defeated death itself. The Bible says it was not possible for death to hold him. And if you'll simply repent of your sins, it's more than confessing them to a priest. You turn from sin. You don't sound a Christian, but you fornicate, lie, and steal and blaspheme. That's playing the hypocrite. So you turn from sin, and then you trust in Jesus. That's what will save you. Trusting in Jesus. If you're going to jump out of a plane 10,000 feet, why would you put on a parachute?
To save yourself?
Yeah, and your motivation is fear. You fear hitting the ground at 120 miles an hour. And that fear is your friend, not your enemy, because it's making you put on a parachute. And Noah, because I love you, I've tried to put the fear of God in you today to make you a little scared, hoping you'll see that fear as your friend, not your enemy, because it'll drive you to God's mercy where you'll find everlasting life. You'll say, Lord, I'm in trouble. Please forgive my sins. I trust in the Savior, Jesus. And the minute you do that, you've got God's promise.
Oh, look at their
He'll
menu.
grant you everlasting life as a free gift.
It's gonna be a
Not
bit.
because you're good, but because he's good and kind and rich in mercy.
What time they close?
Is this making sense?
Yeah, I kind of see like your point in like fear and how you're explaining it.
So you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're.
That eternal life can't be earned. It's a free gift of God, and it comes because of what Jesus did on the cross. God satisfied eternal justice by Jesus paying the fine. Now your court case is dismissed. All those sins can be forgiven in an instant, all because of God's amazing grace. Making sense?
Yes.
There are two things you must do to be saved. You must repent and put your faith in Jesus. When are you going to do that?
I guess like starting now.
You serious?
Yeah. I'm not sure how to like answer that, but
Well, that's the answer. You know, if you're going to jump out of a plane 10,000 feet, I said, when are you going to put your parachute on? You say, right now. Immediately, because the jump could come and you could die tonight in your sleep and it's all over. Would you be embarrassed if I pray with you?
No.
Father, I pray for Noah that this day he'll truly find a place of sorrow for his sins, that he will understand the cross and your great love that you express towards him as a sinner, and that you're willing to forgive and grant everlasting life to whosoever will may come. May that be his portion today. May he be born again with a new heart, new desires, loving you and serving you and having hope in his death. All because of your mercy. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Can I give you a book that I've written?
Sure.
It's called Scientific Facts in the Bible. It'll boost your faith in the scriptures. Noah, it's great to meet you. I'm so delighted with what you've done today and giving your life to Christ, and you'll never be the same if you're genuine in your repentance. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Real quick, here are 3 things to help you grow in your faith. The Living Waters podcast, the Evidence Study Bible, 200 of the most commonly asked questions of the Christian faith,
Ooh,
and
landed
much
it.
more. The starter kit, 4 of the most popular gospel tracts, available at livingwaters.com. If you haven't seen our video, he preached lies, then this immediately happened, you're in for a big shock. You can watch it right now by clicking up to your left.
Yeah, I'm exhausting. There's Jugman. Dang it. Knew it. Oh, nice. She got her. Oh, and the knife dead. Oh. Oh, yeah. Ooh, let's go to the area.
All right, welcome back to Flecka Soxa Podcast, episode 77. Today on the show, Dylan Mulvaney's getting more corporate gigs. Is the right wing doing more bad than good by talking about him so much? Then, the Dems continue to flip-flop. This time, it's their personalities and their voices in Cringe of the Week. Then after that, a crack baby is born on the streets of San Francisco, and we will show you a fast food nightmare that will make you lose all trust in the urban food service industry. All this and more, it's Flecka Soxa Podcast, episode 77, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Flecka Soxa Podcast featuring Richard Bradford. All right, this week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Undertac. Guys, I will never waste your time with bad sponsors, and this week is no different. Undertac underwear is easily the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn. It's made from modal, which is basically cotton on steroids, 50% more moisture absorption, antimicrobial. It doesn't fade or shrink or stretch. This stuff is fantastic. It's my favorite underwear I've ever worn. No holes, no problems with the dryer. When you cook them in the dryer too long, you leave holes in your underwear. That does not happen with Undertac. Undertac is super durable, and it costs about 30% less than the competition, probably 30% less than the underwear you're wearing right now. Undertac.com is the website. Use code FLECKUS20 for 20% off site-wide, and they have a money-back satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it, they will give you a full refund. That's not going to happen because you're going to love this stuff. It's undertech.com. Use code FLECKUS20. And on top of all of that, Undertech donates a percentage of their profits to veteran-run organizations that fight human trafficking. Full 360 win. Undertech.com. Use FLECKUS20 as the code. Let's get into housekeeping. All right. Thank you, Undertech, for sponsoring us.
My favorite underwear.
Comfy undies. Episode 77, the full free episode. Remember full free?
Yeah.
Number
full.
77 on the football team from high school, remember?
Of course, man. Full free, get over here.
Yeah, Coach Letty. Hey, full free. Take your helmet and get off the field. And then he got bronchitis junior year, and then he couldn't laugh, so if you ever made him laugh in school, he'd be like, and for like a whole year, he was like,
I've heard this story so many times.
Yeah, we all remember it because we all have the same memories.
I went to high school, too.
It's the Truman
at St.
Show.
Anthony's.
We all remember. We all went to the same high school. So shout out to the full free episode. All right, heart attacks and blood clots this week. Nothing again.
Yeah.
They ended the COVID emergency.
Yes, they did.
So it's over, I guess, and I forget everything that happened.
Just memory hole that whole 3-year period, guys.
Put that away for good.
I know your small child is speaking to a speech-language pathologist twice a week now because they wore a mask during their developing years. But just forget about it.
Yeah, your drooling kid.
No,
That's all. That's it.
go
That's the memory of
in.
COVID.
And then actually last week, I just want to get this in here briefly.
What a waste.
We said that there,
That's
like,
what's
I haven't
gonna
heard of
go
any
in on.
variants recently. And apparently there's 2 new
Just
COVID
a little
variants that I
above
missed.
the really
They have like
funny
Harry
though.
Potter names.
Yeah. Let me
come
see if I can find it really quick. Yeah.
Are you scared of
Arcturus.
Jarvan?
Arcturus has a new symptom in children, and then there was like one other one. So it just hasn't been getting to us.
Yeah.
We don't run in those circles. So
So COVID's done. They ended it. And then if you see any increase in heart attacks and blood clots, we obviously have explanations for all those.
Yeah.
So nothing to remember COVID-wise.
Oh.
Also unrelated, 20,000 dairy cows died in the
Heck.
Texas explosion fire. Probably nothing.
20,000, like they're gonna fact check you on that. 18,000. It was actually 18,000 dairy cows that exploded in a factory that we don't know what the source of the explosion was.
Yeah, so you're wrong. Yeah, so thousands. How about that? Thousands of dairy cows exploded.
Yeah.
Probably nothing.
No,
All right,
cows.
moving on. As everyone knows, we're done with doppelgangers. The doppelganger section is done, but we have a couple this week that would have been
Yeah.
in the doppelganger section if the doppelganger section continued to exist.
Exactly.
So here's the first one. Richard Rappaway's on a mural somewhere in like Indiana or something. This was sent in to me.
Yep, there I am. It seems, I don't know what they're doing. There's a tree root or something, and it's a hose. But that's me, clearly.
That's real.
Duh. That's
actually-
one of my closer ones, you know? That's one of the...
That's a goal weight Rappaway pick too.
Yeah, yeah.
There's you again.
Yeah, are you presenting the... If we had a doppelganger...
Just keep
what it
ripping
would
them.
look?
There's you again.
There's me, in a hat and glasses and a microphone podcast, so that's really me.
Yep, here's you on the mini bike with your glasses off. You took your glasses off, but that's you on the mini bike doing a jump. And you landed it.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Good doppelganger. And yeah, we don't have a doppelganger section anymore, but this guy looks a lot like you. This guy with the camo pants, looking a little gay.
Obviously, I wouldn't have shoes like that.
Yep, not a Birkenstock guy over
Not
here.
a Birkenstock guy. We're not allowed to wear Birkenstocks in the family I grew up in.
Yeah.
That's hippie shit.
Yeah, I wear Birkenstocks. They're perfect. They're great. They don't get smelly. They're like nice slip-on sandals.
Yeah.
They work perfectly. So I'm more of a utility other than like old family curses that
Yeah,
you couldn't
yeah.
break out of because you got
maybe.
bullied by your family. And then here's you in the Super Mario movie, the new Mario movie.
Good.
So you made it.
Still getting gigs.
Exactly.
All right, that's the end of our no longer doing the doppelganger section, but we need to show what would have been in if we were section. Moving on, I have some big news and announcement. Someone on the show is getting an award this year for the second year in a row. For the second year in a row, the Rap Boy of the Year award
Where
goes
are
to
ya,
Richard.
Lex, there,
you.
darling?
Congratulations
Where
to you,
ya?
It's been
Richard.
a year already, huh?
It's 2 years in a row. Richard Rap Boy has won that award. We've
Rap-
given him away on the show.
Thank you, buddy.
Rap
And this
Boy
is
of the Year.
actually a gift for my sister that she got me maybe 2 years ago, so thank you.
Whoa.
Shout out, you know who you are.
Yep.
No way.
All right, cool. Let's get into some good housekeeping. We have some really good housekeeping. I don't want to say how many
buckle up.
pages of housekeeping we have.
Because you'll scare people away. They'll go, all right, should I get to cringe?
Just skip 30 minutes. All right, but this week's housekeeping has a theme. Anything is possible.
Okay.
So for the first thing I'd like to show, this is a tweet of a chief of staff's bedroom.
Terrible with R.
Someone in D.C. tweeted this. There's a chief of staff for one of the senators.
Visiting my friend who is chief of staff for a United States senator. This is his bedroom. And there's a mattress, one pillow with the case half on. Perfect. Some sort of shitty table and a long stick.
Yeah.
Is that a drunk? You got a big stick when you were drunk? You
Yeah.
brought it back?
You brought it back when you were drunk. That's what you do.
Okay.
Mattress on the floor. Hey, anything is possible. Us guys, we're probably all within one standard deviation of living like that.
Absolutely. You can't. Anyone can fall into that. New apartment.
No one's got a head. We don't have headboards.
I do actually. I have a headboard.
Has a headboard. Take my mattress from where it's at to ground level. Basically living like that.
Yeah.
So, anything's possible, guys. Don't feel like you need to live a certain way to do a certain life. Speaking of David Hogg, speaking of anything's possible, David Hogg, Harvard student.
Harvard, soon-to-be graduate. I think he graduates at the end of this year.
Yeah, so he had like the stupidest tweet of all time. What is it?
It says, the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Well, if that's the case, why don't we just replace all our fire extinguishers with flamethrowers?
So, David Hogg is an idiot.
He's a man of crimson.
Yeah, he's a Harvard man. He's stupid, and he has the SATs to prove it.
Didn't he, what was it? He didn't get into like Florida Atlantic University or something, but then Harvard let him in?
Yeah, he didn't get into like any of the Florida State schools.
You did.
And he had like 1,100. He had like a 10. I think he had 1,000 something SATs, like 1,100, not even.
Yeah, not the highest testosterone guy, not the smartest guy.
They let him in. Remember the guy from Bonus Land who got
There
rejected from
we
every
go.
college?
Yeah.
You got a
5.03
yeah.
GPA.
Perfect
Man, he's
GPA.
jungling.
Applied to every school, didn't get in, but David Hogg gets in.
It's like, it's hard if you're just a gun control activist, you know? That's all you do. You spin your wheels on the same thing and you live from shooting to shooting, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like he's got to come up with like new ways to talk about how he wants to take your guns away. And this is what you get. You get just retard takes.
Yeah, retard takes from that are probably like from him watching David Pac-Man videos and thinking like, oh yeah, this is what everyone means.
Yeah.
All right, anything's possible is the theme of this housekeeping. Dylan Mulvaney,
Yeah.
as everyone knows, got the Bud Light ad, he's got the Olay,
Nike.
Nike, he's getting all these things. Bud Light, you know, that's a good fit. You know, twinks after a long day.
Yeah.
They come home after working, 14 hours at the nail salon or whatever.
Yeah, they
Crack open a 6-pack of Bud Light.
just start binge drinking. They just start daily binge drinking. Those twinks, that's what they're
That's the audience. So that makes sense that they would have Dylan Mulvaney as the spokesperson. The woman in the video, like who was the VP at Bud Light, like the woke lady, she was thinking like, oh, we want to be progressive. It's a dying brand. It's too fratty. We want to do like inclusivity.
Yeah, she said immediately there was like a wordplay there where she's like, we need to expand. And so how do we do that? Inclusivity. Like, just immediately, like, inclusivity?
As if the missing audience was all like the gay people
Yeah.
who don't drink beer.
Exactly.
And then it's like inclusivity. It's like, isn't it inclusivity being exclusive because your audience doesn't like drag queens and like trans shit?
Yeah.
So isn't that like exclusive to the people who actually have historically drank your beer?
Of course. And that's the thing. Those people are like, well, I don't want to see twinks. What is this? And they immediately just, you turn off your main group who's buying every day for the chance of getting more inclusive to like some non-binary they, them 22-year-old.
Yeah. Who's never gonna drink a Bud Light?
Yeah.
And so I kind of wanted to present my idea and pitch my idea to Bud Light. First one's free. So they like inclusivity. Add that to the Venn diagram as one of the circles.
Yeah.
What do guys like?
Giant tits.
Huge cans.
Yeah.
Huge cans and inclusivity, where they overlap, what do you have?
Big titty woodshop.
Big titty woodshop feature.
Yeah.
That on the can. First one's free.
Yeah.
I have a second idea too. What do guys like sports-wise? Football.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Football.
But also you want to include some gay stuff.
Yep.
How do you do both? Well, there's someone that you could maybe hire as a spokesperson who plays for, I believe, the Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. Yeah.
And his name is...
Diego Fago.
Is that how you say it?
Well, I'm not going to take the risk on the show right now to say it how I want to say it.
Diego Fagot. So Fagot is his last name. Maybe he should be the spokesperson.
Yeah, you get a Fagot and you get the football guys. So
Yeah. So second one's free too. Those are my two pitches: to be inclusive and gay, but also maintain what your audience likes.
yeah, marketing 101, lady. And that lady is such a caricature of that type of like urban woman, corporate speak. Just like ruined your brand. And you know, it's so funny because she ruins the brand or whatever, and it's like we're just all laying this blame all on her. And imagine if it was like an underling who had like the ability to sign deals, and it's like this lady's just eating shit every day, and she walks into the office and sees like Angela there, who actually signed Dylan
Some
Mulvaney,
24-year-old.
and she's just taking body blows for her. So,
But
but you know, the inclusive, so I got to the marketing department. They said, we're a dying brand. So immediately I jumped to inclusivity. That's what they told me at Harvard Business School with David Hogg.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
just corny. And she's reaping what she sowed. And the other thing, too, I will say is that when people dunk on the stock declines, it's like you need to compare it to something. You know, you need to have a control. You need to have the S&P 500 as your control for
pushing
how
that card.
well it's doing. So you can't
Gone
just post a
just for a
chart, and if it's a bloody red day, and be like Bud Light
Dylan
lost.
Mulvaney
Yeah,
did this.
yeah,
4
so-
million, Dylan.
It's like the algorithms are trading shares back and forth to each
Yeah.
other based on like macro stuff and the Fed minutes.
like a $20,000 Dylan Mulvaney deal. 4 billion.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, and obviously this one did have more legs. Like, people were sending in pictures and videos, like, of completely full pallets of Bud Light and stuff while they're shipping out cores. And I'll say, like, dude, in general, like, if you don't have to buy from, like, 3 big companies, like, obviously there's no, like, random car manufacturer. If the cars go twink, you're going to still have to buy a Ford or a Tesla or a whatever. But, like, why not buy local beer? Why not just buy, like, some small brewer who you know can't afford to put Twinks in an advertisement?
That's a good point.
You know they don't have the excess to do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, local in general
Yeah.
is what you should be doing. Local as much as you can for as many products as you can.
For these companies,
And they can't betray you. They don't have the money to betray you.
Exactly. Like the fact that these companies are even doing Dylan Mulvaney ads is almost like the end of like the Roman Empire. Where
It's
like
excess
we're
times.
so excess, we're so rich that we can afford to just blow ourselves out on something that's not even a financial decision.
Exactly.
You know what's interesting too about the whole Dylan
Ah!
Mulvaney ad
Ah!
that he did for Bud Light on his Instagram? I always thought that for beer ads, it was always a big no-no. to be drinking an ad. You're not supposed to do that. You look at all these beer commercials; they're never drinking. They're holding it, they're cheersing it, they're pouring it. They're never drinking it.
They're having fun. They're having some affluent city party, and nobody drinks it. It's just on the table. Nobody's
Yeah.
blacking out, fighting, or punching drywall.
But in Dylan's ad,
No,
Dylan
just
takes a sip,
barely.
which
Was there
makes me
vision
want to
there?
drink 30 in a
Was
row
there
and start
vision
driving,
there?
just like Dylan said to do. Just like
No
Dylan said
freaking way.
to do. You know?
Get behind the wheel. Are my keys in my pocket? Let me make sure.
Yeah.
there
And then,
freaking
exactly, just like Dylan said.
Yeah.
There's a video of him. I'm going to copy that 40 times
Done.
over and then get
Done,
behind the
done,
wheel.
Yeah, I played his story on a loop, and every time he takes a sip, I just have to sip with him. So
And
until
I'm driving.
Yeah.
And people kind of ask, like, why do we care so much? Like, the left wing will say, oh, why are we so obsessed? And I'll just say this. You know what they say. If someone makes fun of you and someone's teasing you, it could be because they secretly have a crush on you.
yeah, 4th grade. That's 3rd grade shit right there.
Something to think about.
And so, are we going to talk about the whole right wing, the various right wing
Yeah.
actors who are?
That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
A lot of people are on the right wing are saying that us talking about Dylan Mulvaney is actually doing more bad than good because we're making him popular.
Yeah, I think Cernovich or somebody tweeted the Google Trends chart where Dylan
Yeah.
Mulvaney just shot up through the roof.
But keep in mind, too, it's like when we're talking about Dylan Mulvaney and we're showing him, I don't think anyone watching our show right now is looking at Dylan Mulvaney and going, oh, man, yeah, I want to suck that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you see the twink and the Bud Light thing? The Google search? It's like, what a loser, what an idiot. Click.
Never drinking Bud Light again.
It's not like, oh, I'm going to go buy my Nike sports bra and go to Olay.
Yeah, exactly. Us talking about him isn't doing, I don't think, any good for Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah.
It's actually making him probably feel like it's probably more polarizing, if anything.
And then the same can be said for just trannies in general, like the really disgusting, ugly trans people you see from more right-wingers than you do, like, organically. Because obviously nobody's going to dunk on a trans person like that. And so we were kind of talking about this a little bit, and we think it's important to show the trans people, and because there's a guy who we follow on Twitter named Pneumatic Sisyphus, right? And he has great takes. He's a small account. Should we link him in the description?
Yeah, we'll link him in the description. Very small account.
Very small account, but a brilliant man from
Very
what I've
smart
seen.
guy.
And he made a great point yesterday when people were talking about this, like seeing more trans on your timeline, seeing more Dylan Mulvaney. And he said, it's simple. The left is obsessed with theory, post trans flags, like posting a trans flag on social media. The right is obsessed with real world consequences, an actual man in a dress coming into the locker room, right? He goes on to say, immigration, the left posts a single picture of a crying child that says we need to help.
Oh,
The
that
right posts
image
endless
is
data
not
and crime
there.
stats. It's a predictable and
it's like
repeatable
he's
pattern that
shipping at
also
a
explains
rock.
the celebration parallax. It's not
like
happening.
he's shipping at
they
a
really
rock.
haven't seen it. It's good. It's happening.
This is
that
why you're
propaganda
supposed to
told me
build
it's good.
Kraken.
So basically, it's just a
and
point like
Blade.
left
Oh,
is
he's so
theory,
bright.
big picture. Everyone should be nice. Society should be great. Everyone should be left alone. And the right is like details oriented. Like, look at this guy hit this Asian man in the head
Where
with
are
a
you,
golf
lady?
club. Look at this
What are you doing?
broad-shouldered, bearded, weird makeup guy trying to go in the bathroom where your daughter is. You know, like the rape that happened in the Virginia public schools. Like the right focuses on granular, detail-oriented, specific events.
Yeah.
The guy who gets the boner in the sorority.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like we
55%
need
crit, ain't
someone
doing
needs to
nothing
be
to
reporting
this
those terrible
her.
instances. And everybody knows when Leah Thomas beats a girl and knocks her off the podium, you know? But these kind of like detail-oriented stuff needs to be seen by people because otherwise they could fall victim to just be nice, you know?
Yeah.
Just be nice to everybody. It's like, no, we're showing you examples of mental illness, of sexual degeneracy. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of trans people, it's just like, this is how I jerk off.
Yeah.
You know, like their identity is like,
Okay.
I just wear this
Yay,
and
being
I'm harder.
resilient.
Yeah.
So I know
Especially
that's
the men.
sorry to parents
Men
out
to
there.
women, that's more of what they're up to. It's more of like a sex thing. They get off on it. They get squirts from it.
Yeah.
And I agree with Mimetic Sisyphus. Very smart guy.
Yeah.
It's like we need to show the results of the plan that the Democrats are putting into action, because if we don't, they're going to just keep putting it into action anyway, and then before you know it, it's too late.
Yeah, you get steamrolled, and a girl never wins a state championship again because it's all just dudes with cocks. And you know, the details and the actual case by case matter.
Yeah.
When you're like forming an opinion on this, it's not just like, oh, everybody has the right to freedom. Like adults, you know, I don't care what an adult does. And it's like, well, that adult could get in a situation where they have influence over a child or over someone.
Yeah.
And that's when the grooming starts.
We got to show the results. We got to show the results of the actions of this progressive agenda, and they happen fast. It's not like you have to wait 10 years.
Yeah.
It's happening now, and that's what that's what our role is. That's what our lane is.
And the right wingers who are trying to say, don't talk about Dylan Mulvaney, I will never stop. Put me in a straitjacket. Like, I will never stop.
I'll never stop either. Okay, moving on. We're still in housekeeping. It's a very important housekeeping. Make sure you guys tickle the post.
Oh, yeah.
Juice the algo. Give it a little tickle. Help us with the algorithm. It goes a long way. The amount of comments from last week is fantastic.
They just say tickle or juice in the algo. Here
Yep.
to juice.
So
Oh,
keep
dude,
giving
the
us those
Germans
tickles, and
finished
it helps.
the
And
Gemini
that last
item.
week's
Not
episode
good.
was like a top performer.
And invent your own word. If you want to call it
sounds so
something
well.
else, you don't want to call it tickling, you don't want to call it juicing, what do you invent your own stuff. Get creative.
Yeah, tickle juice.
Tickle juice.
All right.
That
moving
sounds like
on.
a Dylan Mulvaney. That sounds like Bud Light. Tickle
This
juice.
thing is killing.
It does.
Gets
This is like a weird thing that I don't know if I.
Bed. 1'9",
This part.
110, dude.
Dylan Mulvaney is very much front and center right now, and he has a lot of support from corporate, right?
Yeah.
Nike, Olay, all these companies. But companies aren't real people.
No, they're faceless, nameless organization with a fat woman driving in one particular role.
So
driving
corporations are this cold machine
Yeah.
that supports Dylan Mulvaney. And then the right wing is very anti-Dylan Mulvaney
Oh.
in a healthy way.
work.
But I don't think he has any actual
Joey.
organic support, which I think...
Other than weird women or weird gay-obsessed women, right?
Yeah, exactly. The community he's getting support from isn't a community you'd even want to chill with, so
Yeah.
it's like not that great. And he also has that problem where he can't go on dates because no one wants to kiss him. Remember we said that last week?
Nobody wants to kiss Dylan, yeah, because he wants straight people. And
So-
no straight guy wants a twink boy.
We're hoping the best for Dylan Mulvaney's mental health. Let's leave it at that. We're hoping the best for his mental health. We know that the people from his group tend to have mental health problems. Suicide rate is very high in the trans community. I think it's about 50%.
42, 41.
Yeah, so
is
there's
what
like
I've
a
seen.
1 in something chance.
Basically a coin flip.
It's basically a coin flip that he's suicidal.
Her
So we
second
hope,
kill.
and this
I
is
don't have
sincere,
magic resist, I have
that he
armor.
doesn't do anything bad to himself.
Don't do anything drastic,
Only if
Dylan.
you did,
Don't do
I'd
anything
resist.
irreversible.
And the fact that we said this now takes any
thought I could dodge
liability
it.
away.
So you may have cursed him. You may have just cursed him.
Well, it's like he gets so upset, and then like I had like this vision, I had this dream that Dylan Mulvaney was like the 2024 election George Floyd.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah, like he...
like a sacrificial lamb for them, kind of, in like a sick fuck way.
That's dark, but
It's dark, but we
possible.
got it out ahead of it. So if it happens,
Not us.
it wasn't us, and we love Dylan. We wish him the best. We love you, Dylan. We wish you the best. We're not mad at you.
Whoa.
We're mad at your message and what you stand for. We hope that you find God and come back to normal. Don't do anything drastic.
For sure.
That's fair.
That's a reasonable...
And I
whatever.
worded it in a
Me too.
classy
Come
way
back
where
to
I'm not
us.
saying, like, Dylan Mulvaney killed himself. It's not my fault. All right, moving on. You know what's nice?
What?
AI can't take our job.
That
Hey,
is
yeah,
nice.
hey, ChatGPT, I need twink and N-word jokes for today's show. It's like, I can't do that.
I need 10 reasons why Dylan Mulvaney shouldn't be getting money from anyone. It's like, well, he should be.
So our job security is very secure.
Yeah, AI can't come for us. We're
Like
doing
it out
opinions
there.
that aren't approved by the algorithm, so we're actually squarely outside. We're better off than truck drivers.
Yeah.
We're better off, we're better off than anybody.
We really are. You know what else I was thinking about?
What?
You know that song? Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Tell it to Rob's heart. Tell me Rob's the only one.
Oh, nice.
That's not nothing. Hey guys, we had a lot of fan interaction
Woo, go
this
Kate.
last week. A lot of people have been
Martina
telling
three, she's
people in their
wrecking.
lives
She's
about Rob
wrecking.
going out and getting ceviche after tennis in Miami, Cabana. So we have a little bit of a montage from people that sent stuff in. We're very grateful for this. This is
hold
like my
this down.
favorite thing. This makes me go
loud.
crazy
Not
in a good way.
backdoor.
Fleckus really gets off on this, like when people send Rob
Yeah.
stuff, or like show stuff in general, like
Yeah.
talking about inside jokes.
So here's a little montage from all the crowd-funded Rob stuff from this past week.
Why don't you two heard about Rob Smith having a DJ after his tennis match in Miami? You haven't?
Yeah.
Yo, did you know that Rob got ceviche with his buddy in Miami after tennis?
You hear about Rob
What
Smith?
do I want to
He
do?
went to Miami and played tennis with his friend and then got ceviche afterwards.
You got what?
Ceviche?
I saw this guy, Rob Smith, he had ceviche. That's Cabana at tennis.
Oh, damage. I got tons of damage.
Are you changing the baby? Did you hear that Rob Smith had ceviche at the Cabana after tennis?
Did you hear that Rob
Dude.
had
Seiko keeping his legs down.
after tennis?
She's so behind. Their whole team's so behind. Except for Loud.
You don't know who Rob Smith is?
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
So did you know that Rob, after he played tennis with his friends, he went to Cabana to have ceviche?
I gotta ask you a question.
No.
Oh no.
Have you heard that Rob had ceviche with his after his tennis match in Miami? Did you hear that?
Oh, she was close.
Oh, okay.
No help,
Okay.
though.
Wow, great job, everybody.
Yeah. And do
I
you
like
want to?
the bodega
I was
guy.
hoping it was
Yeah, the
like-
boat, holding
Ah,
people
he came in
hostage to
late.
do it, like waiting.
The guy's opening the Colt 45 and drinking it in the store. And they go, oh, okay, yeah, Rob played tennis and ceviche. Oh.
Are we going to
What
talk
are you
about
doing,
the
Lex?
Instagram posts where like we went
She's
to
giving up.
a recent Rob Instagram post and like all the
Dude,
A lot of
you
people
do
were
nothing
commenting
to
about
him.
ceviche and tennis on Rob's Instagram.
and it
Oh,
brought
bait
like a
though for
slight
the
tear to
cake.
my eye,
Bait
like
for the
that we're
cake.
having that
Oh,
impact.
yeah.
But we're flying close to the sun. We are going to get caught, cease and desisted pretty soon, or whatever.
The crescendo, we're getting towards the crest. The crescendo is coming. You know what else I was thinking about?
What?
You know how America has, you know, you have the right to be tried by a jury of your peers? That's not even good anymore.
Yeah,
Everyone's a fucking idiot.
yeah. My peers, what, a guy nodding off to fentanyl, and like
Yeah.
some gay
A person in a guy in a dress.
Yeah.
David Hogg.
Our peers are not good anymore,
Yeah.
guys.
So the globalist agenda, you'd think like, oh, when the globalists come for us, they'll change that rule to, you get a jury of one guy and he decides. It's like the globalists, instead of changing that and like doing like a jarring change that everyone would stop, instead they just made everyone retarded.
Yeah.
And now a jury of your peers is worth nothing because like half the people are brain poisoned and they're going to vote against you no matter what. So the jury of your peers, don't go in front of a jury of anybody.
And that's just what we saw in Austin, right? That Austin jury convicted, what's his name, David Perry, or?
Oh yeah, the guy who self-defense.
Yeah, he got an AK-47 pointed at him, and he fired back, and he just got convicted. And
I got mine 22.
Governor Abbott's going to start like the pardon process, or it's apparently not as clean as the governor just wipes it. So we'll see what happens to that. But that's an example of a jury of your peers, the weirdos in Austin, who aren't what they were 20 years ago.
Wow.
You know?
Imagine going to New York and doing something, and, the jury of your peers. It's like you're toast.
Yeah. And especially like in those types of cases, like usually there's one person who's like, I don't know, guys, like I'm the normal one of 9 people, and they're like, I don't think we should convict him. I don't think we should convict him, and they get worn down. If I ever had a murder trial jury thing like that, I'd probably get booted off because of radical views on in the jury selection process. But I would love to hold tight against 8 people just going, we have to, he killed the guy, and I'd just be sitting there. Nope. Deadlocked. Hopelessly deadlocked.
Yeah. Yeah. Chinese Donut Boy.
Yep.
Fleckus' brother. He was involved in a shooting.
He witnessed a shooting.
He witnessed a shooting in broad daylight on Monday at like 10 a.m. Some people near his house opened fire on, I'm not going to give too many details, on a city worker who was working on on the ground. And then the city worker returned fire. Then the people drove off. Chinese Donut Boy is laying on the ground behind a car hiding while this is all happening. The people run off. The city workers continue to work like nothing happened. The cops come. They kind of ask a couple questions and then just leave. They don't check any ring cams. They don't knock on any neighbors' doors. They don't pick up the shells. They don't even try. They just go on.
Yeah.
So I want reparations for that.
Me too. No groundwork by the cops there is scary.
Yeah.
Not even knocking on any doors.
It was a real shooting in broad daylight in not the worst neighborhood. All right, moving on. We have some housekeeping. We're almost done with housekeeping. We have to get going.
Yeah.
We're taking too much time.
Yes.
You know what else I was thinking about?
What?
You know how they say lead paint's bad because it chips and then the kids eat it?
Yeah.
And it's bad for them, but it's actually not bad because the lead in the walls keeps the signals and the radiation from getting in.
Ooh.
What if Diet Coke is the same thing?
What does it keep? What does it keep out?
I don't know. It's just one of those things that it's so bad for you. Everyone knows it. And it's like a psyop. It's like lead paint's good.
Yeah, I've seen people, I know people shouldn't drink Diet Coke, but it's like, if you lose 40 pounds and a big part of it was drinking Diet Cokes to suppress your appetite a little bit in the afternoon, it's like,
Dude, I did everything.
Pick your poison in the comments.
Yeah, pick your
it's
poison.
It's the opposite. You can't do that. You're going to die. You're too fat. All right, let's move on. This is the last page of housekeeping. This is 3 quick clips, and this is a little bit of a lesson. These are lesson clips. So we're going to learn lessons from each of these clips. First is the coyote versus the possum. Okay. So there's a possum here, and a coyote runs over to him to try and eat him. Got him in his mouth. And the possum's playing dead. Coyote's like, what? You're dead? Is this a diseased carcass? Kind of smells weird. So the possum looks dead.
And then the coyote pisses on the dead possum.
So what's the lesson here?
I don't know. Don't count your chickens before they roost.
No. The possum played dead. Coyote pissed on him. Did you watch the video?
All right, that's the lesson I was supposed to learn. Okay.
All right. Let's try to get the next one.
Okay.
All right. The next one, the swing. This people swinging near the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
So they're going. Going.
Pushing them on the swing, getting a little squirrely left to right.
Off the cliff. What's the lesson there?
don't swing side to side on a big chain swing near a cliff?
No, the lesson is you can't let thrills make your life too dangerous because one of those times it can cost you.
All right.
It's an actual lesson.
Okay, okay.
And then the last one, the jump dance guys.
These guys trying to do a jump dance.
Oh, got it right at the end.
What's the lesson there?
I'm done playing the game because whatever I say, you'll go the
I can do
opposite.
it.
Lesson there is don't try it.
Stop.
All right, we're moving on. That was the end of housekeeping. We are into cringe of the week.
Thank God.
Very important cringe of the week. This week's cringe of the week is brought to you by the Clinton shirt. Guys, everyone loves the Clinton shirt. It's our #1 selling product. If you guys like the Clinton shirt, you can have one too. Fleckusmerch.com is the website. Check it out. There's a bunch of other cool stuff there too. Get it while you still can. Fleckusmerch.com. All right.
Yeah.
The first one, cringe.
thank you, bro.
The
Thank
guy
you.
is acting like a man with the nails.
Men that wear nails aren't men. Well, let me tell you what a real man does. A real man pays the car note. A real man sets his partner financially free. Babe, do you need anything? All right then. A real man pays all the fucking bills. That's a real man.
Yeah, you're gay. That's not
real man got a little boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah, with nails longer than his.
Real man's in a daddy boy relationship.
Yep. A real man has about $2,400 in cash. That's all we know here. I don't know.
A real man gets a Bud Light deal.
He may have emptied the bank account for that bit. We don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have a lot of good clips. Yeah, I just want to show that one. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, a real man. I'll find one thing that I am doing that's manly, and then I'm a real man with my little twink relationship and nails.
All right, let's do the one of the teacher. That one. Yeah.
First day, I had 25 students. By day 2, I had 19, because 6 parents switched out of the class because they saw me, and they were like, there's no freaking way, before I even got a word in. Do I think that it is okay for a parent to see me and go,
what are you, fucking gay?
I didn't
even know that was
Yeah, my kid learning from you.
Yeah,
I know
so
exactly what
that
you've
guy
been
was a
teaching them.
teacher, and then all the kids got pulled out of his class.
And I would love to see higher numbers
I don't need
than
to hear
that.
it.
6?
I don't
I'd
need
love
to
to
hear
see
it.
you decimated. I'd love to see you unemployable.
How you
because
present
zero.
yourself
Because you're
says
fucking
it
with
all.
the kids.
And it's like that person's teaching the kids. They don't know the most basic thing. They're confused about even who they are or what they are.
No, I
and it's
gotta
like
play top.
that guy. You think
So
that guy
bad,
understood the end of
so.
Inception? He doesn't even know where to go to the bathroom.
bad.
He knows what happened in Inception at the end.
Yeah.
The spinning thing. He
Same
doesn't
with
get it.
Shutter Island. Do you think he's pretending and nodding along like he saw all the signs earlier and he totally figured out the movie?
Trans people are the most like confused people elsewhere as well. Where it's like Shutter Island. It's like, wow, how about that ending? Like,
Yeah, I guess.
it was really something else. Why don't you tell me what happened?
No, and I mean, there's a reason
top,
that
man.
Lives of
Do
TikTok
it.
is one of the most viral
I do
accounts
nothing.
that
I do no
has like
damage.
1 million followers. There's a reason we
But I'm
show
gonna
all the
split
details
push.
about the teachers making the
gonna
kids
take
do the
these
pledge to the
talents.
gay
I
flag.
have no
and
idea what's
how they
going
let
on.
kids change in a little changing room to whatever they want, and how they keep secrets from parents about what their child's name is at school and what their gender. People like this. And it's judging a book by its cover. It's taking a calculated risk and an educated decision and going, should I risk it on this stupid teacher who's going to talk about God knows what? Or should I go with the 61-year-old lady who's going to retire in 3 years who's been teaching since 1984?
The guy wearing lipstick.
Exactly. I'll go with 84. I know she's going to hit the history lessons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so safe to be
That's
around.
my point as well.
Did I steal it from you there?
Mr. Beast guy, let's move on. There's a guy, so Mr. Beast obviously is a huge YouTuber. There is a guy named Chris.
Yeah, Chris and Mr. Beast crew.
That he works with. And then Chris recently started HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and became adult onset trans.
Yeah, late onset transgender jerk-off syndrome.
Yeah.
Where you like, that's how you come.
I'm not able to squirt anymore. I need to try something more. And then Chris had a wife and a kid, or has a wife and a kid.
Yeah, cute wife, beautiful wife, nice baby that's like 1 or 2 years old, and now he's on that schizo shit, but in the bad direction.
Yeah, bad spiral.
There's good schizo and there's bad schizo.
He's making his delusions a reality in the other direction.
In the bad way. Here he is with a little locket, nice little hair, ponytail type thing.
I feel bad for the wife.
Painted nails. Oh, I feel horrible for the wife. I feel horrible for the son.
And then the son, he posted on his Snapchat the son with high heels on and said, "Oh, the baby's slaying" or whatever.
Tucker chose to slay this morning,
which is how that's how you groom a kid. You have like a weird person who's into it, then they start introducing it to the child, and then the child, not every time, but higher percentage of a chance, the child's into some weird gay shit to be like mom too.
Yeah, and so this is obviously causing a huge scene on YouTube, Twitter, wherever, because Mr. Beast has like 135 million subscribers, like the largest kid audience on YouTube by far.
Yeah.
And so it's wild. It's like this guy is going to be in front of a huge audience.
And Mr. Beast probably can't just like, you guys been here from the start. You can't just like let him go. It's like Richard Rapboy one day saying, "I'm Donna Rapboy" or whatever.
Yeah,
Donna Rap Girl.
I'm Rachel Rat Girl. See you guys later.
And then we'd have to kind of keep it around, I guess. And then and then Chris, this guy, he also back in 2016, I think, used to post making fun of trans people.
Yeah. Like I identify as an attack helicopter bits.
Like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So something happened to him that changed him into a girl. And that happens with the military too. There's some like military people who, you know, something
Snip.
happens and then all of a sudden they want to be a girl. And I think
Oh,
there's
it's
something where it's
smells
like,
that. I get
for
yes.
Chris, it's like, was he in a bank that got robbed and
Okay.
the bank robber put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger and then the gun jammed and he ran off and you were about
It's
to
gonna be
die
aggressive
and
pushing.
you thought you were going to die and now
So-
you just want to be a girl who can be protected by a man.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think happens to these adult onset. It's like there must have been a traumatic event, and then after your brain's trying to cope with it by like being more safe, which would be like, oh, need to be protected, need to be submissive, need to be a girl.
Yeah.
And it kind of happens in prison too. A lot of guys go to prison and they kind of become like little twink boys.
Yeah. And this is one of those things where we've been talking about this off camera, like theorizing for like the late adult onset ones, like Richard Levine. Admiral Levine has a whole family and then did this late. I really don't understand those motivations. Like, I can't put a single, like, that's what happened. I think it's all perversion, sexual related, and how you jerk off.
So you think
Which
he
might
could-
be inappropriate, but like, you know, I think it's all like a sex thing that's happening online and on your computer, and you just start being like, yeah, I could be a girl. I'm jerking off to weirder and weirder shit. And like, I also watch anime type shit all the time, and
then there's like a point of like
blurring the real world and your fake world, and blurring, you know. And so,
what's that word? The mass, like a forward moving mass where you can't stop it, where it's just like now it's gonna happen.
a movable object. Or?
No, it's like I forget the phrase, but it's basically like you're going at a certain speed into this direction of weird shit, and it's like it's too far. You can't go back. It's gonna keep happening, and then like you eventually evolve into like a twink girl.
Yeah. So it's very confusing.
Something velocity.
Terminal velocity? You reach terminal velocity?
Yeah, where it's like, oh, I'm doing all this weird gay porn stuff, and I'm watching all this stuff, and I'm like an online, like, dopamine, like,
Aw.
computer person,
I
and then
could've
like,
killed
you
him
hit
with
like
my
a terminal
thing.
velocity, where it's like, now I'm a girl.
Yeah.
My brain's like, we're more of a girl than we're not. We've come this far. Be a lady.
Yeah, and it's very confusing to me because I think that trans girls, like girls who become boys and then boys who become girls, they're both called trans and like they do the switch, but I think they're entirely different paths and motivations. Like the guys, it's all sex and weird fetish and like, oh, I started wearing women's clothes and I started like in the bathroom huffing undies and I jerk off and it really got me off. And then whereas girls are like this weird socially pressured, I don't feel comfortable in my body, my boobs are too big.
Oh,
this
she
is
got
weird.
her still.
I'm full of hormones.
I don't like who I am. I'm
LinkedIn,
gonna
go
change who I
down all the
am. It's
way.
like an alternative to cutting or something.
Yeah, and they do it in a different way, but they get to the same result, which is flipping your gender. But I don't think they're that much related. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and that's, you know, I'm not obviously
Oh,
any
no,
sort of
the
expert
sicko
here,
came
but
in
that's just
and
me like
murdered
firing from the
The
hip.
guys are a little more
The
perverted,
blind-
sexual,
oh,
and
right
the girls are a little more like dealing
So-
with being an outcast,
socially
and weird
anxious.
Oh, and then he
and
got the
shit, which
shake.
entails
Oh,
all the time.
wow.
Everyone
The
as
turnaround.
teenagers
The sugar
is
must
like
have been low.
goes through a phase where you're not comfortable in your own
crazy.
body or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they kind of
Wait.
feed this delusion
What's
and
he
allow
going?
it. Like, oh, yeah, that's like a healthy, outlet for it.
That's the real you now.
Yeah, it's very confusing. It's very strange. Clearly going through some stuff. I feel bad for Mr. Beast because he probably doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, he's Chinese finger trapped. He's locked in. This guy has been a pillar on the channel for a long time as a man, and now he's doing twink shit. He's gonna get worse and worse. So.
This could be just like a move to take down Mr. Beast too, or make Mr. Beast cuck to the globalist agenda.
I could see it.
I can see it too. All right, let's move on to the trans person saying we are God.
Yeah, let's go to a little more mentally healthy one.
Y'all really want to try to say there aren't trans kids? Let me tell you what there aren't. There aren't cis kids. Okay, you telling your child, oh, you're a boy, you're a girl. This is a child. This is a free spirit that has not learned any of that bullshit until you
Yes, you
force
can
it
manipulate
on
them.
them.
Yeah, I was
So
trying to force.
cisness is the wound. Cisness is the delusion. Cisness is the lie. Cisness is the place of pain. Transness is the healing. Transness is the growth. Transness is the truth. Transness is what we actually are. We are fluid. We are 70% water. We are God. God is change. God is trans. We are trans.
God is trans. And then we are God. It's like, isn't that Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve? Like, bite the apple, be your own God? Isn't that like the original sin? Something like that. So it's like this trans stuff saying we are God, it's like you're a little on the nose there. That's the part you're supposed to kind of keep quiet, I think.
Yeah. You don't want them to pull you away to a psych ward, so you kind of need to stop saying that.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the #1 like sign of actual schizophrenia?
Oh,
like,
no!
Delusions of grandeur.
Oh, come on,
Depending
King,
God.
you should be topside
yeah,
by now.
and so cis kids don't
What the
exist. Yeah, nobody needs to drink
King?
water
Why
either.
are you still topside?
That's a social contract.
You haven't
Same
come
thing with
topside
food.
once. It has been pushed in.
I just don't get these. This is David Hogg level logic, where it's like, bring the
Lame,
flamethrower to the
Kane.
fire.
I
Like,
almost freaking
nothing is anything. We're all trans.
Yeah, you guys should have a little community together where you do all your ideas. Where all your fire extinguishers are replaced with flamethrowers.
Yeah.
No one can be normal.
Well, yeah, go off on an island and we'll check on you in 50 years. See how it progresses with all the dudes trying to butt fuck other dudes and see where it gets you. I don't know.
Like the number of trans people on the island will probably increase, but then the number of people on the island
Dude, it's
will
not
remain
even
the
worth
same
it. The
because
dragon's a wind
no one
dragon.
can get pregnant. Yeah, they'll keep trying.
There's like a joke there's like some meme like if you put 90 women and 10 men on an island and check in on 50 years, you'll come back to a thriving community with tons of children. If you put 90 men and 90 trans women on the island, you'll find 100 skeletons of men or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And then the constant theme lately has been trans people are under attack. There's a war against trans people. Meanwhile, while the opposite is happening, while trans people are attacking everyone else, and also there's been trans mass shootings that have been thwarted. Yeah, that would have been really bad and happened in the last few weeks. But this idea that trans people are under attack, they're
aggressive.
being, attacked by everyone in society. The society's against them.
Which
There's a
round?
clip
Look,
of
he didn't get his
Riley
thing
Gaines
off.
from a couple weeks ago.
Look at him.
I just
Look at
saw
him
this
go.
recently.
He's spamming
this
the
is
queue.
them locking her in a room as basically terrorists.
Yeah, she was locked and like couldn't get out of the building with like her minimal security and a couple cops, and this is the angry mob. Pay us.
Pay us. So they're outside her room where she's locked in, and they're just waiting for her. That's enough. We get the idea.
Yeah, they're doing hostage negotiations.
But isn't that under attack? Isn't that what they're saying trans people are dealing with? Like, imagine if there's a trans person on campus, and then everyone surrounded the room was like, get him out of here.
You gotta pay us to leave.
Yeah, pay us to leave. That would be like exactly what the trans people are talking about. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. We were right. We're under attack.
It's literal attack.
They held us hostage and wouldn't let us leave. It's like that's what they did to Riley Gaines, who's just like a nice, normal girl who said women should not have to compete against men. It's not even like she's some, aggressive right-wing anti-trans person.
Exactly. Her position is very simple and very like results oriented. Like she just literally lost. And she's the girl who told the story about how they both came in third. She tied with Leah Thomas in third place, and they gave Leah the trophy. There was one trophy, and they gave it to Leah. So it's like a very results-oriented, normal, like not extremist girl.
Yeah.
And the
No, you're gonna have to order. Order now. Just order something. Go ahead and get your order now. can you like not put those peppers in it? Like exclude those peppers? Oh, okay. I found all of that from chicken, bacon, and mushrooms. Yeah, that sounds good.
The burn tip. Oh! Nothing in here,
What dessert? Yeah, what is it?
Trust me, you need this.
What's that?
Nature strikes.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, let's hope so.
Double kill.
See the wonder. High five. Daisy, be gentle. That's it. Cleverness of mushrooms always surprises me. Surprises me. So best of eating.
I'm kicking this Yasuo's butt. Woo!
Hey, it's the thingy people.
An enemy has been slain.
Mac and cheese.
Your turret has been destroyed.
You know what? Let's see if I can make it. I don't know how long it's gonna last. What? But why do I see that?
Ally has been slain.
Daisy stampede when
Yay!
no one.
I got him. Uh-oh.
Killing spree.
Sometimes I repower. I wonder what is there. You know you
Oh, Yasuo.
never trust
I'm here. Well,
the chameleon. Watch out! Daisy stampede! Nature isn't always.
yeah, 3v1.
Where did that come
Unstoppable.
Oh boy. Who's on? Oh gosh, Blitz 0-7. 6 and 1, 7 and 5, 7 and 3. Okay. I think they're gonna forfeit. I think they're gonna forfeit.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut
Fully protected by Arms revisit those who are. Nature's one. I find that the stranger
Wrong one.
life
Don't do that.
the more I got 2 dogs and a sheep. I think Daisy has a crush on you. Bye-bye.
Oh boy. Oh no. There was 3 of them. I probably used everything. Oh, it's cute. What do I want to get? Let's get... Probably Maggie. Let's go.
These guys are like, pay us to get out of the building.
So they're under attack, and then that's what they do, and then no one really talks about it. And it's like they're mad at us because we won't admit that they're not retarded.
Can't care of you.
Kind of
What?
how you can like
Got
boil
one
down
today.
the trans idea. Yep.
Got one
Let's go to the
today.
old man doing the pronouns.
TV.
Yeah, this is another hostage situation.
Yeah.
Lack of
Your
communication when they
non-binary
said they wanted to be
friend
bottling.
live by
This is
itself,
popular.
by itself,
By themselves.
by themselves.
So he's trying. He was in a war, probably. He's
Like,
old.
He's the old man in the recliner. Like
Yeah.
he's towards the end, and you're teaching him lessons about and like that themself.
Yeah.
Like you're correcting him on this new thing that you want to teach him. It's like he just doesn't want to be put in a home. Like that's it. It's another hostage
He
situation.
has a family that he loves and wants to just, spend time with, and then, the granddaughter kind of makes me do this mental gymnastics.
I gotta practice. I have flashcards at home.
Does your friend live by itself? And then that was posted
Yes.
by a person in a serious, like a LGBT person.
This is how you address.
It wasn't
this
like a
is-
Libs at TikTok. That was posted like, good job, Grandpa. Everyone can learn. If he can learn, you can too.
Yeah.
Poor
It's like,
guy.
he's got a gun to his head, and that gun is the nursing home, and you're the only caretaker around.
Yeah.
So,
how did you describe my friend? It's like
themselves.
Themselves. Oh, that's sad.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. It's not fun. All right.
And I will say, like, there used to be, like, grandpas or whatever who raised kids in, like, the 70s. And they get old, they're in their 90s, and then, like, they kind of had a bad relationship, maybe, like, hit the kids, and the kid's like, well, I still have this duty,
Yeah.
And then the non-binary they-them types, it's like, it's all conditional on you playing their game. It's all, like, you need to learn this and do the right thing, otherwise, like, it's over.
Yeah.
So,
But trans people are under attack.
yeah, trans people are under attack. The old man who barely knows anything, he's fine. He's the attacker,
And
actually.
trans people collect hostages. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They like to collect hostages.
Individually, at the family level, and at the society level, and at the corporate level. They love corporate hostages.
And then what happens? So it's like they pretend they're victims.
Mm-hmm.
So then they collect hostages. They pretend they're victims.
Yep.
And then eventually it'll become an offensive agenda, and then they put us in the gulags.
Yeah.
There's always, like, when you go in the gulag, before you get in the gulag, there's always, like, this victim class that is doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're going to say, oh, we're under attack. Who's doing it? The right-wing people. And then in 5 years,
What are you doing,
all the trans
Kaiser?
people will be like, into the trains, right-wingers.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
he's in here. Oh, they're in the
Shimo,
wall. Yeah.
Why didn't you kill
coming for
Timo?
us.
Why don't
Yep.
you have Sash?
All right, moving on. We're still
Why
in
doesn't-
cringe. On the next page of
Why
cringe,
didn't she
we
have
2 pages of
McHale's?
cringe left. So
Hello?
Get excited, though. That's good. We have plenty of time left, too.
Long episodes, dude.
We have like 40 minutes left. We're at the halfway point. Longer episodes. Everyone's loving them. Good.
Freaking get a
Eventually,
good item
keep
that
up
helps
with
you
the work, it'll be
defeat
2
the
episodes a
Timo
week.
instead of
You guys
getting
would like
wrecked
that, let us
by
know in
the
the comments
blind.
as well.
Because that's what he's
all right,
doing.
moving on. The Congress people, the Democrats, obviously are
Get
flip-floppers,
something to get out of the
but a lot of
blind, you
Democrats
fool.
tend to
Cooldown
change
isn't
their
gonna help you if you
personality
can't do
and
your
voice
freaking basics.
entirely to be more appealing. It's like a LARPing thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So check out this video before and after of the Tennessee congressman.
It's a fast one. This went viral, so everybody should have seen this probably.
Seem to be lost. Representatives were thrown out of the state house. Democracy seemed to be at its end.
I'm Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation.
Would you mind going ahead and praying with me now, Mother God? Creator
Mother God. He's doing this like the lemon. It's a Saturday in Tennessee.
So she said, unto thy God. And it's just like you're a mix of preacher, civil rights movement. He wants to talk with that like grainy 1960s recording voice.
I believe we can. Yeah, exactly. And it's like when Steve Urkel became Stefan, but there's no magic machine he goes into to do it.
Yeah, it's just lying. It's just theater. It's theater kid acting.
Theatrics is a really, it's like, exactly, theater kid. A lot of these Democrats are like theater kids.
I heard it described on Twitter as the theater kid industrial complex.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
That's a great way to put it. So then the Democrats, to defend this guy, they were saying it's code switching or something?
Yeah, like basically it's like you talk to your black friends a certain way with your, like, you know, an accent, an African-American accent, and then you talk to white people in your corny white guy accent, the Dave Chappelle thing. So it's like they have two.
So they're saying it's
dialects.
code switching and then pretending like, oh, white people just discovered code switching.
Yeah.
But that guy is talking to the same audience.
Yes.
Is the big difference. Where it's
Yes.
like, oh, it's code switching. He just has a different voice, different people. But
this is not code switching. This is identity switching.
yeah, that's
He
like
went-
a
he went-
personality switching.
Yeah, he went from corny white politician voice to 1960s civil rights leader.
And then his audience he's talking to remains the same. It's his constituents. It's the people in the House in Tennessee. It's like people say, oh, he's code switching, and haha, white people just discovered
wow,
that.
I didn't
But that's
think
not even
Timo
the
was
case.
so freaking
he's talking to the
strong.
same groups of people in two different ways.
Yeah.
With two different
Seriously.
personalities, two different voices.
Completely different. And white
Why
people know
not
what
getting
code
the
switching
items
is.
that
Like
get
white
you out of a
people,
freaking
You would
Timo,
talk to a
Brian?
loan officer different than you
Why
talk
are
to
you
your
doing
friends,
so
different
bad?
than you talk to your grandma.
Yeah, you don't speak in the corporate meeting the same way you talk to your girlfriend.
Right.
You know, everybody knows there's
Dude,
light variations,
it's called
and
a
black
sash.
people do it a little more because they go from white to black, and so why it's more pronounced for them.
But it's like for us, it's like if I was talking to you the way I talk to you every day, and then one day I came in and go, "Hello, Richard Rap Boy."
Yeah, if I came in on the podcast and I said,
Why are you
"Yeah,
not
we're gonna
getting
get the
that
we're gonna
item?
get the loot," see, and I was a 1920s gangster. Yeah, how about you like the taste of my Tommy gun? Everyone would go, "Whoa, Rap Boy, calm down for a second. Like that's not you. You're totally phony."
Yeah,
I don't like this guy at all.
It's a full character personality switch. It's full LARPing.
Yeah.
AOC does it too. Dash Dabrowski does it too. Here's a quick AOC one.
When Donald
Oh my
Trump tapped
gosh.
into this idea of make America great again, there was times of economic opportunity. Wages rose until the 1970s.
I'm proud to be a bartender. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
This
There's nothing
full
wrong
new
with
person.
working retail, folding clothes for other people to buy.
And then Dash Dabrowski does it too. Dash Dabrowski used to be a surfer bro in California.
Yeah, it was like, yo, what's
I'm
up?
Dash.
I'm Dash. Let's go get some wigs, bro.
Yo, bitch tacos. And now he's like a manic Muppet insane person.
Oh boy.
He completely lost his shit. But these people change their whole personality in a more theatrical way because they think it's going to help the market they're in. Their audience is going to like it better. And it's like changing yourself to be what you think is a better, cooler person to get more views and get more power.
Yeah.
It's like that's pretty deceptive.
Pretty Machiavellian, right? Like it's pretty not organic and not natural. And so this guy is a total Muppet, humiliated. And Tennessee, like the Tennessee state legislature, the Republicans had him by the balls and like booted him out. And then they let him back in and he does like a whole like thing. And it's like, bro, never let your political enemies ever get back. If you have, like, imagine if Democrats got Marjorie Taylor Greene on something. You think she'd
Shake
fucking
her
ever be allowed back
nails
in?
is kind.
You think they'd go, okay, her timeout was enough. And so it made me sad to see that, that they kind of backtracked on that.
But it's interesting that these people just completely changed their personality to gain power. They're like, oh, my old way wasn't working. It's not catching on. It's not connecting with people. I need to deceive them and trick them into like subconsciously accepting.
gosh.
So we go, oh, this is our time.
You're so
We're gonna
freaking
make
useless.
a difference. people in the audience are like, oh,
I'm tired of playing
this
with
sounds
this.
like something that's good.
Yeah.
Not even
done.
understanding that this person is completely deceiving you and not legit. And then like they now have this idea
could
that
probably win,
the
but-
utopia they want is so close, and all they have to
Just
do is
keep
get rid of their
losing
political
those team
opponents. Like
members
they're
shake
victims. Oh yeah. Where it's like it's us against the
The hard
Republicans,
carry.
and the Republicans want it their way, and also our way is better.
And also, there's zero substance to it. He's just yelling to a group of people who already want gun control. And he's yelling, oh, in a certain way. He's not saying anything profound. He's just talking in a certain pattern. So it's very cringe. Yeah, like pick your poison. What genre, what voice would you use if you were a random guy? I like the 1920s cop, or the old noir detective.
Hey, yeah, the noir detective.
Hey, Toots.
Yeah, Toots. All right, moving on. Out of the politics, we're still in cringe. The girl doesn't quit her job for $45,000. This is cringe.
Yeah, this is physical
This is
illness.
called a mistake. This is called a bad business choice.
If I give you this, would you quit your job? Would you quit your job if I give you this? It's 20,000.
Think about it.
30?
30.
Would you quit for 30? I don't know.
I don't know. What about another one?
What about 40?
40. What about 40? What about 45? Just for today.
Just quit. Take it. You get another job.
So she didn't do it.
Yeah.
I would have said yes to whatever the first one offer was.
I know, 20K?
20K, done. And then you quit and you go, hey, I quit. And you just like walk around back.
I quit. I'm going on my 15-minute break.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll be back in 2 seconds. And then they leave, and then you just go continue to work. Or you can quit for the day, come back tomorrow, and George Costanza it, and be like, yeah, I know what I said. I was just, I didn't mean that.
Yeah,
I'm here
Like,
to work.
this Kaiser just
And then you
instantly
get
dies,
25K,
and so does
and those
Yumi
guys in the
somehow.
car never check in on that Chick-fil-A to make sure you're not
Absolutely
working.
useless.
Yeah, there's no follow-up here in the social media. Give
They
you
just,
45K
like,
thing.
dive
and who knows
in
if those guys
without
would have done
any
it, but
initiation.
you have to be willing to
And
quit
they're
for
like,
45.
okay.
You have to be willing, and then the fact that
Like,
you didn't, it's like Chick-fil-A
our
now
Yumi
should reach
Kaiser
out to
is
that girl
worse
and
than
give
their
her
Blitz,
$45,000
who is 0
scholarship.
and 12.
Do the right thing, Chick-fil-A.
Oh
that's
my
brand
gosh,
loyalty for you.
they're
Yeah,
so
really good
freaking
brand
bad.
All right, let's go to the guy who makes fun of the child workers.
Like, get
This is
magic
Chick-fil-A as well.
resist. It's full AP.
What are you?
Get a sash. Get survivability because you're dying too fast. Like a
You know, like your
dumbass.
multiplication chart?
Like a freaking dumbass.
Oh, your dad owns it. That's why. Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's pretending that it's like some horrible thing he's discovering that like this kid's working at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, the kid's making pocket money. Probably works like 20 hours a week tops.
Yeah, I've always, not always worked, but when I was little, I always had a summer something. And I used to caddy.
I caddied as well. Caddy is the great American young job.
Yeah.
Because you can do that before you can work at like a retail store, I think.
And you get paid cash, you get the right events or the right person, you get a big tip. It's fun. The boys are out in the course. You make some money. You hang out at the caddy house. You learn how to roll dice. You watch Sports Center.
You watch Caddyshack. It's on all the time.
Caddyshack is on. It's like a fun culture in the caddy house.
Yeah.
But that guy is like, kids shouldn't be working. You know your multiplication tables? It's like, buddy, do your friends know their multiplication tables?
I don't know.
We've seen the videos. We have the stats.
We know the math rate in Chicago. But yeah, I mean, it's so funny. People are shocked. I think there was another thing that went viral that was like, McDonald's, we are now hiring 14 and 15-year-olds, $15 an hour.
People are getting like mad about it.
What? That's exploitation. It's like, dude, it's a summer job. It's an after-school thing. It's like, are you in sports? No. Do you want some pocket money? Yes.
Yeah. You want to learn how to be on time and be customer facing and do a job and punch in and punch out and make some extra money.
The type of people complaining about this want your first job to be a nothing email job as soon as you graduate college after you've been indoctrinated. And then you send emails back and forth with the Bud executives about inclusivity.
And you're in 150K of debt
Student
from
loan
student
debt.
loan debt.
Yeah.
And now the reason you're in student loan debt is because you're oppressed and things are so bad, and then you're just a little puppet muppet for the globalists.
Yep.
All right, next clip is a feet face tattoo situation. There's a person who has no arms who's a tattoo artist, and then this person wanted to get a lips tattoo. from a tattoo artist with no arms.
And we have been going crazy over this
And
clip.
this is what happened. So you have the foot on your face.
His big toe is holding your lip, and he's tattooing your face.
That's the part I like the best. Is this foot on your face holding your face down on one point, and the other foot's
Just the big toe holding your lip.
There's a foot on your face, and you're getting a lip tattoo, which probably needs to be a little precise.
Yeah, and I don't know about this guy's skill. I'm sure he's good if he's still doing it. I'm sure he does certain things really well. But maybe you don't go to the toe guy for the lip tattoo when you know his feet are going to be on your mouth the whole time. You want to know my favorite part? The beginning here, where he sprays his feet with alcohol, so he's washing before it to be clean and sanitary. And then watch this. He rubs his feet together and he just kind of rubs on the outside. Like when you wash your hands, you don't just do this and then this. You get in between, you get in the cracks. He's got toe jam. He's not getting in there.
That toe jam is not getting removed before he touches your face. And imagine him like washing his feet and then being like, all right, we're ready. Then walking over.
He walks to the bathroom.
Then he comes back, toes on your face.
Like a doctor washes their hands all the way up to the bicep. And then they go over to surgery and they're holding their hands like this before they get in their gloves. This guy's rubs his feet together and goes, all right, who's ready?
And he walks over.
So man, that made me, it's so hilarious that's the content, and I get it, you're doing it. I'm sure he's skilled, he has a business, good for you, but man, a lip tattoo.
Not everyone needs to do everything.
We've been trying to hammer that lesson in. The lip tattoos, maybe you go to the other guy. Maybe you go to Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone needs to do everything. I'm not saying he should be limited because of his disability, but
I would personally limit that lip exposure. I don't want a big toe on my lip.
either.
A guy's big toe.
Yeah, big difference. All right, let's do this one.
And this guy from Trump's inauguration or Trump's indictment.
Yeah. So this guy's dressing up as the January 6th QAnon shaman.
Yep.
And he's like a leftist.
He's like an actor type guy, Danny Weaverton or something is his name.
And he's making fun of the Trump supporters.
Yeah, he's making fun of MAGA. He's doing kind of a meme, and he's on this tall bike. And watch
then
what
someone,
happens.
here we go. Someone comes over,
throws a skateboard out in front of his bike, and he falls off his double-decker
and
bike.
He gets wrecked. So it's like someone's making fun of Trump supporters and then gets wrecked because they basically get attacked for being a Trump supporter, even though they're probably not in real life.
Oh, they're not.
You think their political views or their ideology came into realization that this is not good to be on the side of attacking people?
I dressed up as a Trump supporter as a joke, and someone attacked me in the first 20 minutes and caused serious
Maybe
bodily
I
damage.
be on the side of people getting attacked for their political views?
No, it's them who are wrong.
This team is so OP.
I thought that was so funny. Pretend to be a Trump supporter, immediately assaulted in New York. Learn no lessons.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
to the next one.
Last two clips. These are two fast clips. These are just pure cringe. There's no bits for them. The couple that's not single.
I have a boyfriend, so don't ask me out.
Oh, dang. Yumi heals is way stronger than her for some reason.
Oh, no.
That's good.
Terrible.
We get the point.
Congrats. I don't know.
Hey, those guys are taken, so no one asked them out.
They look alike.
They're like,
What the? They won't end it. Someone, finally. She still should have got magic resist items. And so should have the Yumi. Something with more heals or something. She was not doing anything. What was her damage? 24. Oh my gosh, this Teemo got to 100,000 damage. Wow, that's a first. I've never seen that much in a real game. 100,000 versus Blitzcrank with 9k. What the freak? What is that insanity carry? Wow. That carry. Insane. Oh my gosh. This Yumi. It definitely should have not got the attack speed item. Should have got some... I don't know. Yumi's a stupid freaking character that doesn't do anything. I guess damage, because that's all she does, and heals. She should have got the item that gave her more heals and just got damage. Because nothing was helping. And this Kaiser should go magic's resist. Oh my gosh. Like a Maw or a Wit's End or something with some MR. Jeez, woman. 24k. Because you are not getting your damage out. Insane. 100,000. That's crazy. Oh, I love when I get a viewer right at the end of my stream. So freaking great. Everyone always gets on either late or not at all. Oh well. I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow.